go. Now, don't worry, we have got some minis in the programme as well, but it is Lamborghini's 40th anniversary this year. So we thought it'd be a good idea to have a look at some of the cars they made over the years and do a bit of a tribute to the maddest car company of them all.
This is the origin of Lamborghini as we know it today. More than that, it's where the modern supercar begins. It's the first, the daddy, the Muira. June 1967. That was the day the first Muira arrived in Britain. And just imagine that body shape coming down your high street in 1967. Only the sight of Harold Wilson on LSD could have caused more of a stir.
And as befits the decade that celebrated being young and groovy, youth created the Muira. The man who designed its gorgeous body was just 22.
Think about that. What were you doing at 22? At that age, the cars I was drawing still had guns on them. The engineers behind him were in their 20s too. And the Muira wasn't even an official project, just 7 lads working after hours for the fun of it.
They didn't realise it at the time, but those 7 impetuous young engineers were about to spark a revolution.
Until then, all seriously fast cars had their big, heavy engines here at the front. But the Muira had its V12 here in the middle, setting the template for all future supercars.
They also mounted the engine sideways rather than lengthways to keep the car compact. Mind you, they nicked that idea from the Mini, but we'll let them have that one.
There was other radical stuff that didn't see the light of day. The first design had a 3-seater layout, like a McLaren F1. And it had a glass engine cover, like a Ferrari 360. This did make it, though. The shape of the doors. See? They're supposed to look like the horns of a bull. Nice. So, beautiful and ingenious it may have been. But in terms of driving, you were still at the wheel of a bit of a dog's breakfast. The fuel tank was over the front wheels, so as it ran low on fuel, it went light at the front end, which meant you couldn't steer. Nice touch, that. Keeps you on your toes. The interior is, well, tiny, and every now and again the carburetors would spit petrol onto the hot engine, and the whole thing would go up in flames. Good. It is not an easy car to drive, but it sounds like that.
Lamborghini knew their masterpiece wasn't perfect, and they steadily improved it throughout its life, culminating in this, the SV of 1971. It had a better gearbox, better differential, better tyres, better rear suspension, and these better gold wheels. Do you know what it was? It was better. And like all Muiras, it was the car of choice for a better sort of person. People like Frank Sinatra, Rod Stewart, and this bloke.
That's such a glorious noise.
Jamiroquai frontman JK is a huge Muira fan.
This car was so ahead of its time, you know. You can imagine sitting there in a Wolsey 1800 or a TR6 in 1972, and this turns up with the lights, you know, hopefully with Twiggy in it, which would have been delightful. I mean, can you imagine? Oh, I think I'd have fainted. Get your motor running, Head out on the highway, take whatever comes my way. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And I don't buy cars to speculate. I don't buy cars like these fools, and they hide them away. The kids today don't see them. They'll never know what it's like to see a Lamborghini Muira busting past you at 130, 40 miles an hour. This, to me, shouts out Matchbox car, 1972. There I am, on the carpet.
You can remember it.
You know, I mean, that's what it shouts out to
Now
me.
you've got a big
and there
one.
it is, and now I've got a big one.
Jay, I
Right.
did notice there's no window in.
Well, I'll tell you what I did with the window.
Reenact it for
I
us.
will reenact it.
Go on then. Oh, you closed the door. You mad, impetuous rock star fool. You were
You
asking
know,
for trouble,
I mean, that's
Jay.
rock and roll, hey? The Muira lived a short life, just 6 years in production, during which time 761 were made, that's all. But it established Lamborghini in massive style.
My journey in the Muira has brought me from Shade JK to Duxford Air Base in Cambridgeshire, because the car has a kindred spirit living here. There are certain machines that are so radical, that make such an impact when you see them, that you know things will never be the same again. Machines like this. It's the prototype Concorde. Imagine how people felt the first time this flew overhead. It looked so different, so breathtaking, and the thinking behind it was so fresh that it changed the world. Concorde did it for planes. The Muira did it for supercars. As a car, it was flawed, but as a concept, it was truly a masterpiece.
So, is JK still smarting about his humiliating defeat on our track?
I can't say for sure, but he went very, very fast in his Muira, so...
But you see, that's the thing. I went even faster with Jody the other day. Jody kidding me, 2,000 miles an hour on Concorde, in fact.
Yeah, all right.
So managed to win that one too, which actually brings me on to a good point. What is the best-looking machine ever made by man?
Spitfire.
Spitfire?
Beautiful looking
Anyone
thing.
else got any thoughts? Hold on a minute, say that again.
Blackbird.
The
SR-71.
The SR-71, the spy plane. You familiar with that?
Yes,
It is an immensely good-looking thing. What about cars? Come on, best-looking cars then. TVR.
What TVR?
Who said TVR? Oh, it's Ray Charles has joined us this week. We think we've worked this one out. 3 best-looking cars ever. Ford GT40.
I do agree with that,
Yes,
actually, yeah.
all nod. Yes, Aston Martin DB7.
Yeah, again, you're right.
What do you mean? Who said no?
Order.
You said no. Why?
Because you're always on about it. You like it too much. You know, it's an Aston and it's Ford, you know, it's...
This is a man with a 2-tone beard who's come along here to tell us about style. Anyway, let's get back to it. My point is, DB7, Ford GT40,
Yes.
and this.
I think you're right. Reluctantly,
Yes,
I think
thank
you're right.
you, this. And the reason why it's so graceful, if you look at it in profile, is because it's the exact same shape as an aeroplane's wing, which is another reason why it tends to take off once you get to, like,
It
80
does.
miles an hour.
It generates its own lift. In fact, remember the Italian job at the beginning of it, the bloke, bulldozer? In real life, the car would probably have just flown straight over the bulldozer and missed him.
Probably even right over the mountain.
Another Alp.
So if you were to buy one of these, and you buy one now for how much?
Good SV, the better one, would cost you about 100,000, something like that.
OK, if you were to spend £100,000 on a car like this, you wouldn't really drive it anywhere.
Oh, heavens, no.
What I would do, put it in the garden.
Good idea.
An ornament.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because what's that programme? Gardening Force.
Where they put
what's it
gravel
called?
everywhere.
Yeah, they put gravel. What's it called?
Change it.
Ground Force, that, with Charlie Dimmock's features.
Oh. What?
Anyway, forget the gravel, forget the fountains, get one of these, put it in your garden, look at it.
I think
It's
you're right.
even better to look at in the bushes than a Lightning jet fighter.